Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Happy New Year's Eve. This year we had a lot of big accomplishments in the crypto space, a lot of validation. A lot of people that thought we were crazy for investing in crypto are now having second thoughts, and we are having the last laugh. Bitcoin hit 108, a new all-time high, although now it's come down a little bit, retraced. Some alts have retraced. Perfect time to DCA, but I want to make a video as to what my portfolio looks like now and what it's going to look like for 2025, which I believe will show massive gains, massive returns for the crypto holders and crypto related stocks. So this video is just sharing my portfolio with you guys. Let me know what you think, and let's get to it. I see big things on the horizon for everyone in the crypto space, and I just want to share my thoughts on my portfolio. So let's get down to business. Looking at coin market cap, today, the crypto market cap's at 3.3 trillion, so almost up 1%. Bitcoin dominance still high, 56.6. ETH dominance, 12.4. Fear and greed is around, still in greed, so that's positive. So you would think, looking at crypto Twitter, that we're in fear right now, but people are still feeling pretty good overall about the space. Coin market cap is showing that fear and greed is neutral, but I look at other ones and it's showing that we're still in greed. So either way you cut it, still good, right? We're not in extreme fear. So the first thing that I'm holding, and probably my biggest holding in my portfolio, is Bitcoin. You can't go wrong with Bitcoin. It is the big daddy. It's the safest, the biggest by market cap. And I'm going to show you why Bitcoin is my biggest holding. So at the time of the video, this price of Bitcoin is 94 points, or 94,450. And everyone's going crazy. Let's just take back and sit back and look back at the price of Bitcoin over time. Yes, we were at 108, and yes, we came back down, but it seems to stabilize around 92, 93, because we're back up to 94. I don't think we're going to see anything lower than 70,000 Bitcoin for a while. But if we look at the price of Bitcoin on Christmas, and we just celebrated Christmas here not even a week ago, we see that the price has incrementally just gone up. It's never gone below that number. So we just go 2020, right? Christmas 2020, 24,705. The following year, 50,442, right? Then we had a crazy bear market. It went down to 16,828. And everyone thought it was going to go down to 10,000 or something below. Never did that. Then we're at 43,591. And then now we're at 98,460. So over 4 years, you just see that the price went from 24,705 to 98,460. It's the safest. Every paycheck I get, I put away money and I DCA into Bitcoin because I cannot lose with Bitcoin. For me, it's like a savings account for me and my family, kids' family. I'm not kids' family, but kids' future for college and the like. If they don't choose to go to college, at least it's there to protect my last name and legacy. That's how I view it. Also, we see BlackRock and MicroStrategy now hold a combined almost $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. BlackRock is a huge asset management company in charge of a lot of wealthy portfolios. MicroStrategy is a software company, but if you're in the crypto space, you know Michael Saylor. He's all about Bitcoin strategy, and he's willing to put his company on the line in order to say that Bitcoin is it and is the future. And they're just diluting shares, selling debt in order to purchase more Bitcoin. And I'll get to MicroStrategy a little later. Then also, they're not the only two big players. We know that there's ETF companies, Fidelity, Bitwise, a lot of different companies, the country or province of Bhutan, or El Salvador. There's Metaplanet in Japan, just you name it. Companies and trust funds all over the world, they're just buying this thing. And pretty soon you're going to have a nation state have it as a strategic reserve, and then the other nation states will follow. Nation countries, they'll also follow. And then the supply crunch will be like something you've never ever seen. And that's why I believe in Bitcoin, and that's why it's the biggest holding. Also, Tether, they had some FUD recently, but it's a big stable coin. They purchased another $705 million worth of Bitcoin. So we have all these big players, all these other countries playing, and then you have someone like the likes of Tether also. The supply crunch, supply and demand is going to be crazy. Crazy. So spot ETFs were approved here in the US in January, this year alone. Then you look at the spot gold ETF, which came around 2005, versus something that just started this year, 2024, and it's almost catching up to the gold ETF. The demand is so strong for this asset. It's a hard asset. It's so strong. And that's why I believe every portfolio, not financial advice, should have some exposure to Bitcoin. And that's why it's my biggest holding in my portfolio. Now, next one is ETH. Now, I've had a love-hate relationship with ETH. I still think Solana is a better L1 as far as practical use, using it every day, less expensive. But you can't deny ETH's footprint in the smart contract, in the smart contract field here in crypto. You can't deny it. It's one of the big daddies. It's the originator. It's been here forever. Strong numbers as far as DeFi goes, name recognition, and the like. We have a new administration coming in the US here in several weeks. Next month there, and World Liberty Financial. It's not owned by him or his sons or anything like that, but they're affiliated with him. And this company alone has a shady background. But if we're just focused on the short term, from now to 2025, you see that their biggest holding, one of the biggest holdings, is ETH. They have $57 million worth of ETH in their portfolio. And that's enough for me to say, well, I probably need to get some exposure to that. Because anything affiliated with the president-to-be, I'm pretty sure that it's going to succeed, especially while he's in office. That's one thing. Then we have just the amount of money going into ETH right now. They also have a spot ETF. And it was lagging behind Bitcoin for the longest time. But I think now may be its turn, because there's a crazy amount of money flowing into the Ethereum spot ETF. Crazy amount of money. So if we look at just the returns, right, in quarter one, so I'm looking at two quarters right now, 2 quarter ones. The one last bull cycle, so January 2021, after the halving, ETH went up 160.7%. Now, history doesn't repeat, but it tends to rhyme. Now, what's going to happen in 2025? I don't know. And we see here, just quarter one of 2024, it was up 59%. But what I'm focused on is 2025, first quarter, what's going to happen. So 2021, 160%. And if we look at 2017, up 518%. Now, we look at smart money, institutional money, the likes of BlackRock and Fidelity. Ethereum had an inflow of $51 million last week. $51 million, only behind Bitcoin that had 375 million, right? And a lot of the money leaving Solana is going into Ethereum, I believe. So ETH is getting a lot of backing. They have strong TVL numbers, and I like ETH. Also, if we look at long-term holders, right? Bitcoin versus ETH, this is according to Into the Block. You see that year to date, ETH has been gaining on Bitcoin as far as long-term holders go. They're up 75% versus Bitcoin 62%. Now, a lot of that could be due to Bitcoin hitting all-time highs over 100,000. I'm sure long-term holders have to take some lifestyle chips. But nonetheless, nobody is selling, long-term holders selling ETH, because they see a price increase coming in the near future. So if they're holding, you should probably hold too. And then if we look at TVL numbers, just look at total value locked as far as DeFi goes in the ETH ecosystem, 66 billion. The next closest will be Solana at 8.4 billion. It's not even close as far as TVL goes. So you can't shy away from ETH. Everybody, not financial advice, should probably take a lead ETH, and it has a little bit of exposure to it. Next is Solana. Solana is my number 3. And Solana, I just believe, is, as far as experience goes, user experience on a smart contract platform using their dApps, they are just so much easier to use, so much cheaper to use, so much faster to use. And if you look at the on-chain metrics, aside from TVL, Solana's killing ETH. It's the number 1 L1 in my opinion, as far as daily active users, daily active addresses, just the meme craze right now. It's basically all that action's taking place on Solana. We have Fire Dancing coming up. They just have they have a new phone coming out next year. And I think when FOMO truly hits in the meme coin and altcoin space, Solana will greatly benefit from that. And there's nothing more to say about Solana. I make a lot of videos about it, but I just like Solana. And if you look at this, Solana's DEX trading volume surpasses 100 billion for the second consecutive month. It's just, you know what I'm saying? You can't, there's nothing to really say about it. Just Solana, I like it, and we'll leave it at that. And just looking here, we'll just take a look at a little bit of metrics here. Market cap of 91 billion. If we look at the DEX volume, 2.6 billion. Daily transactions, 64.1 million. Daily active addresses, 5.2 million. And TVL, 8.6 billion. Next up is Avalanche. It's another L1 that I like. Well, not really an L1. It's a layer 0 that has chains running on top of it, and they can have L1s running on top of it using AVAX as the governance coin and AVAX to transact with the dApps. But I like them because they're involved in RWA, so is Solana, but they also have B2B plays as far as evergreen with financial institutions. So that's going to be big, especially when real world assets come about and they're involved with that. I believe they have something with Franklin Templeton, which is another asset manager, big company. They're doing all the right things. And the thing that separates them from the others is that they're also involved in gaming. And that is huge. Gaming, Web3 gaming really hasn't taken off yet. But if it does, they're at the forefront of this. They're one of the L1s or L layer zeros that's involved in this. And the price right now is down 36 bucks. It was at 50 at one point. Still hasn't reached its all-time high, and I think this is just the beginning for Avalanche. When altcoin season hits, they will take advantage, and I think the numbers will show for it. If we look at daily active addresses, they're at 77,000. Daily transactions, 295,000. DEX volume is about 96 million. Market cap's 14.7 billion. So when you want to talk about X's and room to grow, this is a chain, and this is a project that you could probably make some return on investment. Solana's already at 90 something billion. Yeah, it can go up, but I don't think it can go up as much as Avalanche from its current price. Just my opinion. And then next we have Avalanche here, just talking a little bit more. They have Avalanche 9000, just another upgrade in which all of the chains riding on top of Avalanche could be able to communicate with each other, just interoperability. It's going to be huge for that project. Next up, we got Cardano ADA. Now, ADA is getting a lot of flack, a lot of flack in the crypto space. It's very, very high as far as market cap goes. And then when you look at as far as the transactions going on ADA, it really doesn't support the high value of the market cap. It's in the top 10 for the longest time, has a charismatic leader, Charles Hoskinson. And ADA, in my opinion, has one of the strongest communities, backers in the crypto space whatsoever. You can't say anything about ADA. They believe in ADA. They believe in the vision of ADA. And what I like about ADA now is that they're involved in the new administration in the US. ADA, Cardano, and XRP. And I think with this news and whatever they have going on, hopefully it goes through with voter ID on the blockchain and probably using blockchain for other government regulations. If that comes to fruition, I think ADA will benefit greatly. Not to mention, you can stake this thing, and the staking community is pretty high. A lot of ADA stake to help secure the network. They have Midnight coming, sidechain for privacy. They have Hydra coming, just a lot of development in the works. And I can't wait to see what happens. The future is bright for Cardano. It's a slow mover, but I think it will do well if everything goes through with the administration coming in. Next is XRP, another strong community, just as strong as ADA, if not stronger. These guys hanged on when XRP hit the all-time high of $3 and then went back down to 40, 60 cents. You couldn't tell XRP holder anything. They held on to their XRP. They believed that someday this thing would move, and it started to do so with news of Garlinghouse being involved with the administration and having talks of something happening, right? Using their payment ledger. And with recent news of the EU and Tether, we don't know what's going to happen there. They just have a stable coin that just came out, RLUSD. Could that be a supplement to, Tether in the EU? No one knows. But with regulations coming in the US and around the world with crypto, who's to know? Who's to say that XRP payment ledger won't benefit from that? And, I want to be along for the ride. It started mooning, started going crazy, almost $3. But we had the little downturn and the crypto space took a little cooling off and it impacted the price as well. So XRP right now at the current price, I think is a good amount. You know, the SEC and the current leader there is on the way out. And I think they'll have friendly waters to communicate with the government and possibly, I think sky's the limit for XRP. So that is in the portfolio as well. Never was before because the tokenomics I don't believe is great, but I believe on momentum alone that this project will have a good 2025. So that's why I hold some. Next is Sui. Sui's a newer L1, but I like their on-chain metrics. They are doing all the right things. They're also involved in gaming, a little different than Avalanche. They actually have a handheld game. So I'm interested to see how that comes out. They have, if you look at their TVL, is at 1.7 billion for a chain that's not even been out 4 years, really. To have that much TVL is impressive. Daily active addresses 626,000. Daily transactions 5 million. I mean, if you look at the DEX volume, that's 235 million, but the metrics are looking good for such a new chain. And the price right now, $4.35. It was about to hit $5, but again, with the market trend started coming down a little bit. Market cap's only 12 billion. Again, if we look at the likes of Solana, 99 billion, that's what I'm looking at. You know, how close can they get to that number? If Solana, I know, will increase, this will also increase. So I see a return on investment for this one as well. My only knock on Sui is the tokenomics. They have a big unlock coming up shortly. And, you know, with these unlocks, and I know that obviously you can see a lot of people using the chain, that is going to suppress the price. You know, that is if these people actually sell. Who knows? They probably got in real early and probably a fraction of this $4.35 they may sell. But if they see the trend and they know where the market may go in the next 6-7 months, maybe they'll hold and the price won't be suppressed as much. Either way, I like Sui. Next is Near. Near is my AI play. And Near has a loose partnership with NVIDIA. They were involved in NVIDIA conference not too long ago. Market cap's only 6 billion. And if we look at daily transactions, 7 million. Daily active addresses, 3.8 million. 3.8 million again. And that's all I needed to see, right? So I know AI is going to be a big theme for next year. And I want to be involved in that. Right now, this is the chain that I think I want to affiliate myself with to get some exposure to AI. Next is Litecoin. Litecoin is like my Bitcoin light, no pun intended, play. Basically, it's stable. I mean, I like it. It's been around for the longest time. It's not as expensive as Bitcoin. Obviously, it has triple the amount of Bitcoin supply, but they also have, it's considered a store of value, but you could use it more so for transactions rather than Bitcoin. And I think it's a matter of time before that happens, especially with institutional adoption. If you look at coin shares that I've shared before, let's go here. You'll see that Litecoin, you know, and Smart Money is investing into it. 600,000 for last week. For the month, 4.8 million. For the year to date, 52 million has gone into Litecoin. So yeah, the crypto community may be sour on it, but I think institutions like it. I like it too. According to Into the Block data, Litecoin had 8.25 million addresses with a balance as of December 23rd, with the majority of them being long-term holders. 54% of these holders are currently in profit. A total of 78% of Litecoin addresses have held their LTC for over a year, which observed that this class of holders typically accumulates during bear market and sells at high prices. Litecoin sees nearly 200,000 daily transactions, with most of this activity attributed to payments. So I like this for that, institutional investments. And I also think that once FOMO hits and retail investments come in, they're looking for a cheaper alternative to Bitcoin, and they're going to set their sights on Litecoin. The past 2 cycles, Litecoin's hit a high 400,000, and that wasn't with all this adoption around crypto. So I think it's going to double that amount to $800 for something that's trading right now around, $100, $105. That's a nice ROI in my opinion. So I hold Litecoin. Next, we're going to get into the degen section of my portfolio, and that is the memes. And I like Bonk. Bonk and Pepe were the 2 memes that, if you remember back in March, started taking off out of nowhere. Bonk's on Solana and Pepe's is on Ethereum. Strong community. Bonk recently burnt some of their coins, 1.69 trillion. There's more trillions to go, but they are burning some, so it's going to add to the price appreciation. So I like that. It's on Solana, which is a very busy, very popular chain. It's cheaper to trade it. If we look at Twitter, they have about 375,000 followers. So definitely not a rug burn. It's been out for since July 2022, so not going anywhere. And if we look at, I just like it. That's basically it. And I think this one has a shot to be the next Sheeb of the next cycle, which is going to be next month. I mean, next year, hopefully. So I think this one has Sheeb potential. That's why I'm holding on to it. But if it doesn't do anything, I'm fine with it. But this is just my DGen play, one of them. The next one is Pepe, we just talked about. Look at that, 743,000 followers on Twitter. Been around less time than Bonk. And just look at the amount of traction that that one has. Both of them are listed on all of the major exchanges. Even Robinhood listed them. So you know what time it is when it comes to these things. So that is where I'm at. And then Doge. I have a little bit of Doge, and the only reason I have Doge is because I don't want to miss the ship. It has a big market cap already. The market cap for Doge is, we take a look here. Market cap for Doge is about 47 billion. For a meme coin is crazy. 47 billion. So yeah, can it go higher? Possibly, but these other ones, Bonk and Pepe, have more X's to gain to get to this type of market cap. But again, just the Elon effect, you know, the Department of Government Efficiency, just the acronym there. He specifically has it as Doge. Something could happen with Doge. I don't know what it is, but when something does happen, I don't want to miss it. So that's why I hold some Doge. So that is my portfolio in a nutshell. I've been making videos lately trying to find some smaller cap gems to add into this. You know, right now things are about to take off. A lot of these coins that I just talked about have already come down from or come up from their bottoms. They're either met their all-time highs or almost there. So I'm looking for something else that's kind of below the radar that has greater potential to make me a bigger ROI. And that's what I'm currently looking for. But for now, I'm very satisfied with what I have here. Every opportunity I get to DCA into these projects, Bitcoin, I'll never stop DCAing into that no matter what the price is. And that's it. So that is my portfolio, and I can't wait to see what it does next year. Guys, let me know your thoughts. Any projects that I'm missing? You agree with this? Nonetheless, it's not going to change my mind. It's my portfolio. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I like to hear what you have to say. So guys, enjoy. Thank you for spending your time with me, and until next time.